Hey everybody, meteorologist Sarah Gannon. It has been a brutally cold end to the work week here. Quick sampling of some of the coldest wind chill reports that we had here in the region here this morning. Looking at those wind chill reports, Dexter about 53 below for that morning wind chill today. Leroy, Austin, Rochester International Airport, Lake City, Preston, Owatonna area, all right about 50 below for that coldest wind chill here this morning. Mayo Helipad reporting 47 below for that wind chill this morning. Winona at 42 below for that wind chill. So dangerously cold conditions here all across the region today. As we take a look at those current conditions, we've seen some improvement, but it's still yucky out there, very cold. Current air temperatures are still sub-zero. We are mainly into the single digits to teens below zero, with wind chill values anywhere from the 20s to 30s below zero, so about 20 to 30 below. You can see here, Rochester area, we're at about 31 below for that wind chill, 12 below for our air temperature. Austin at about 10 below right now for the air temp, and 29 below for the wind chill. Similar story for folks towards the Mason City area. Our extreme cold warning has expired. We are now within that cold weather advisory for us here in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. This will stay in effect through 3 a.m. Tomorrow morning. So we'll wait for word from a National Weather Service on what cold alerts remain here for the remainder of the weekend. Overall, enjoying some sunshine, but boy, is it cold out there. Clear sky overhead as we enjoy that sun. Temperatures here and wind chills as we head into the rest of this evening will continue to stay sub-zero. Wind chill values through about midnight, expecting to stay from about 15 to 25 below. That's what we're expecting here as we head into the overnight and into your Saturday morning. So 7 a.m. here for Saturday as we start to wake up, maybe head out the door. Wind chill values will range anywhere from around 15 to 25 below, maybe potentially nearing 30 below towards the Rochester area. But air temperatures staying into the teens below zero. The good news is temperatures will warm slightly. We'll be into the single digits, but will be below zero. So we'll get pretty close to that 0 degree mark in many locations. Wind chill values, though, will continue to stay sub-zero all day long. So more on our cold weekend that's in store. That's ahead in your first alert forecast later on in the broadcast. Midwest Access. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Midwest Access. I'm meteorologist Sarah Gannon. We continue with our first alert days here as we move closer to the weekend. Today, the coldest air that we've seen in the region here so far this winter season, just downright frigid. That morning wind chill value in the Rochester area, 50 below here today. Looking ahead for the rest of our Friday as we move into early Saturday, we do have a wind chill advisory for all of southern Minnesota, northern Iowa. This will be in effect until 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then I would expect to see additional cold weather related headlines and alerts as we continue throughout the weekend and into early next week. So at this point in time, we could be looking at wind chill values here in the area anywhere from 25 to 35 below. Right now, here's a look at those current temperatures and wind chill values. Air temperatures ranging from the single digits to the teens below zero. Wind chill values anywhere from around 20 to 30 below here at this point in time. So still very uncomfortably cold, but if our morning wind chill in Rochester was 50 below, we're certainly making some improvement here in the area. So that's kind of the good news, but let's take a view at things across the upper Midwest. How is the rest of the upper Midwest doing? Wausau right now, Wausau, Wisconsin at about 38 below for that wind chill value currently. Duluth 35 below for that wind chill, air temperature at 13 below. Bemidji sitting at 15 below for their air temperature and wind chill value at 35 below. So just downright cold all across the upper Midwest here. So more of that on the way. I just want to also show you how expansive these cold weather related headlines are. The darker blues, extreme cold warnings, that continues across the northern part of the upper Midwest from North Dakota, Montana, stretching through Michigan and even all the way back to portions of Maine, upper New York there, even stretching down into the south, a good chunk of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas under that extreme cold warning. So the lighter blue is a wind chill cold weather advisory. So a good chunk of the country here being impacted by some significant cold here for the country. Sky conditions remain quiet here as we move here into the rest of tonight. We'll watch these wind chill values continue to stay cold as we move into your Saturday morning. Wind chill values anywhere from, say, 15 to 30 below are expected to kick off the day. They stay cold throughout the daytime hours, anywhere from 15 to 25 below. So again, some minor improvements here and there, but still, regardless, things are cold. I think we'll finally start to see some good improvement heading into Sunday when it comes to those wind chill values. By Sunday afternoon, wind chill values could be anywhere from, say, 0 to about 15 below. So recapping here, your Saturday morning, 7 a.m. air temperatures expected to be into the teens below zero, with wind chill values ranging from about 20 to 30 below. So still mighty cold heading into your Saturday. Daytime hours for Saturday, we'll see air temperatures climbing back into the single digits, but still below zero. So we could near that 0 degree mark by a couple degrees just below zero there. Wind chill values will continue to stay into the teens below zero all day long. First alert day is continuing here for the region. We'll look to see first alert days through about Monday here in southern Minnesota and northern Iowa. That's a look at your first alert weather.
I'm Caitlin Alexander. Here's what's coming up tonight on your news at 5. Crowds braving today's bitter Minnesota cold in support of their immigrant neighbors. Today's demonstrations against ICE operations in the state. Plus, new details in the arrest of a man accused of a kidnapping that was the subject of an Amber Alert this week. Your local news is coming up next. Thanks for joining us for Midwest Access.
We're bringing in meteorologist Sarah Gannon, who has your first alert forecast for the weekend. Hi, Sarah.
Hey there, Olivia. It was absolutely brutal out there this morning, and not a great morning to be spending some time outside. This evening we've seen, and throughout today we've been seeing some improvement, although still dangerously cold out there here this evening. Air temperatures right now into the teens below zero. Wind chill values nearing 29 below in Rochester, 31 below in Preston, 24 below in Mason City. It's continuing to stay on the cold side here all across the board. Cold weather advisory will be in place here for all of southern Minnesota, northern Iowa until 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. I would not be surprised, though. We will likely see more cold weather related headlines as we head throughout the weekend. Next few hours here, sub-zero temperatures and wind chill values all night long. This does continue here into your Saturday as well. So 7 a.m. as we're waking up, we'll still see those temperatures into the teens below zero. Wind chill values anywhere from, say, 15 to 30 below. The good news is, though, temperatures will be back, will be closer to zero, but not quite above zero yet tomorrow. We'll have to wait till Sunday. So still sub-zero across the board temperatures, wind chill values all throughout tomorrow. So continuing to use extra caution as we remain in first alert days here this weekend.
All right, thanks, Sarah. We'll check back in just.
Here's your first alert weather with meteorologist Sarah Gannon.
We continue with alert days here tonight, extending into the entire weekend, even stretching further out into early next week. So on this first alert day, we continue with those bitterly cold wind chills here. Cold weather advisory in place until 3 a.m. For our Saturday morning. So I do expect there to be some gaps here during the weekend where we are without cold weather alerts. However, expecting to see more alerts being issued throughout the weekend, especially during the late night and overnight early morning time frame. So continue to keep a close eye on your first alert weather apps and our first alert social pages to, of course, continue to stay up to date with all of those alerts and changing conditions here through tonight. So overnight, we'll look to see wind chill values getting as cold as, say, 30, 35 below in some locations. We're right about there here in the Rochester area right now in Rochester, Dodge Center, Owatonna, Austin, Mason City area, looking at wind chill values anywhere from 25 to 30 below. We're even looking at a wind chill value right now of 31 below in Preston. Air temperatures across the board into the teens below zero. Kind of a quick glance this evening at Duluth right now, feeling that wind chill value at 37 below. Grand Forks, North Dakota at 31 below. It's just ridiculously cold once again. As we move into tomorrow morning, still expecting some of those bitterly cold conditions. Now, we will see some slight adjustments with those wind speeds tomorrow, where we have less wind. We'll see those wind chill values pretty close to air temps. So waking up tomorrow morning around 7 a.m., expect to see air temperatures into the teens below zero. Now, wind chill values could range anywhere from, say, 15 to 30 below as we wake up and start to head out the door. So throughout the daytime hours here for your Saturday, I'm taking a look at Rochester, Austin, Mason City, Albert Lee, especially throughout the morning and into the midday, looking at wind chill values roughly 15 to 25 below. At periods of time, we could be seeing those wind chill values early in the morning nearing 30 below. But we will see some improvement later on into the day as we move into Sunday. Still expecting to see some cold conditions. Your Saturday, we won't see highs above zero. We should be back above zero 0 heading into Sunday. So as we move into Sunday morning, early Sunday morning into the afternoon, high temperatures then starting to climb back above 0. Wind chill values, though, will stay sub-0 throughout the daytime hours, though, expecting to see wind chill values on Sunday anywhere from, say, 10 to about 20 below for those wind chill values. Here's a look at that 10-day forecast. We continue to see those alert days Saturday, Sunday, and Monday due to those dangerously cold conditions. We'll be back into the double-digit high temperatures, and yes, that's above 0 Monday extending into Tuesday. But on the long-range forecast side of things here throughout this upcoming work week, temperatures will still stay below average into the teens, the single digits, not really getting back to 20s above 0 until about Sunday, Monday of next week. So it'll be a little while before we reach seasonal levels again. Good news is next week, not expecting to be as cold as what it was today or what we're expecting this weekend.
I'm excited for 10 degrees. That sounds very warm right about right now.
I know, it's the little winds.
But be careful this weekend if
Yes.
you are going out in the cold. Make sure that you are bundled up and have all the proper supplies should you need.
Yes, exactly. Stay prepared.
That'll do it from us for this weekend. Nick and Nathan have Sports Extra next.